President Putin, the man who spent 4 terms, which is about 20 years, as president of Russia and still is the president of Russia. Remember the Soviet Union? I'm sure you're all 14, but do you know about the Soviet Union and how it collapsed and all in the early 90s? Well, when it collapsed, 12 independent countries were born, including Ukraine. When the Soviet collapsed, Ukraine was left with the 3rd biggest atomic arsenal in the world, which is basically, big fat nuke. And a bunch of other stuff. So President of Russia at the time, Boris Yeltsin, yes, another Boris, approached Ukraine and was like, wow, careful with that. You know what, we'll have your back and most definitely won't invade you if you give us your nukes. We'll also turn it into nuclear power plants for the people. And the US and UK were also like, yeah, you should definitely do this. We'll also have your back. And so the agreement was made. Great, right? All is happy. Right? No. Putin, now the president, wants more. He wants their land. The first signs of this happening was in 2014. Russia invaded and made a piece of Ukraine their own, being the Crimea Peninsula. The thing is, the majority of Crimea wanted to be a part of Russia, so they were basically saying, yeah, come on Russia, come invade us. And the rest of Ukraine was like, what? No, you can't do that. That's big illegal. They're part of our country. And Russia and Crimea was like, no. And so they invaded and annexed and they're now a part of Russia. The next 5 years included more tension between Russia and Ukraine. Why? They got their chunk of land. But no, not on Putin's watch. He wants the whole country. But why? Ukraine has always had the idea of leaning towards the Western world. The US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, all the countries that have come the furthest in making their countries happy. The best shot at becoming a more Western world country is joining this thing called NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. There are 30 countries in NATO, and what they are just friends, happy allies who got each other's back. And Ukraine wants a piece of that cake. However, Putin has the belief that Ukraine and Russia are one people. They are together. And so apparently his belief means Ukraine is them. Even though they have their own government and laws, Putin can just say that thinking it's his right or something. So why consider invading Ukraine, which is happening today, 2022? Why not just say, oh well, they can join NATO? Because Putin do Putin and he wants the country in his hands, covering this horrific truth with a very fake kind of saying, quote, we're one people, a single whole. Pretty disgusting from a genuine point of view. Finally, why now? Well, in 2019, this new charmer was elected for president of Ukraine after playing as president on TV. Turns out he had the influence to actually become president. Russia thought with his foolish TV brain and open mind they could convince him and Ukraine to join Russia, which common sense told him no. Russia continued to put pressure onto him, and so he turned to the Western world in need of help from the bully that is Putin. Putin also had a sense that the racial US diversity and the Taliban takeover were signs of weakness for his attack. And a whole other list of reasons, for example, the COVID pandemic are signs of weakness, which for him are signs to invade. So, quick summary time. Putin wants Ukraine because he thinks they're them, while Ukraine wants the Western. Also, if Ukraine were to join NATO now, then all of NATO would technically be under attack. But Ukraine has NATO support at least. As of writing and recording this, the likely invasion has just begun. So this is all basically prior to whatever it is to come. Hopefully at a time where peace is restored. I hope you're all safe out there. Our hopes are with Ukraine. Subscribe for more and stay safe.